Picture this. A group of young adults gathers in the DMZ of South Korea, an area steeped in history and tension, all in the name of peace and cultural understanding. But one night, while staying in a building on the very grounds of this historic site, a chilling encounter turns a simple trip into a haunting memory. Sarah, one of the participants, finds herself in a situation that defies explanation, and what she discovers will make her question everything she thought she knew about the world around her. Hello, I am Erudai, and welcome to Moonskull. If you're looking for tales of horror, the paranormal, sci-fi, and the unexplained, well, you're in the right place. I'll tell you 4,000 wonderful fear addicts and the 30% closet horror buffs who still have not subscribed the story I just mentioned, but first, let me show you how you can show us your support. If you enjoy our spine-tingling tales and want to keep the nightmares coming, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You can also support us by using the donation link on the screen, which can be found in the description of the video. Your support helps us keep bringing these wild stories from the unknown, so let's get back to Sarah's chilling experience in the DMZ. It was July 2018 when Sarah found herself at the DMZ in South Korea, a place notorious for its history and the palpable tension between North and South Korea. As part of a young program aimed at fostering peace and understanding, Sarah was excited to learn about the Korean culture and meet others of different backgrounds. After a day filled with activities and discussions, her group of American and Korean youth returned to the dormitory where they were staying, nestled on the property of the DMZ itself. The air was thick with a mix of anticipation and camaraderie, and as they settled in for lunch, Sarah realized she had left something in her room. She told her friends that she would be right back as she made her way down the hallway towards the room that she was sharing with 9 other girls. The dimly lit corridor felt slightly eerie, and the walls adorned with photographs of peace talks and smiling faces was a stark contrast to the history of the land outside. When she reached her room, she noticed that the door was locked. Odd, she thought, and as she stood there, Sarah heard voices on the other side of the door. A female voice, faint but distinct, drifted through the door. Maybe one of my roommates is watching TV, she reasoned, feeling a sense of relief. With no keycard, she knocked softly, saying, "Hey, is anyone in there?" Silence followed, and she knocked again, a little more insistently this time. Then a voice responded with a casual, "Hello." The casualness of the voice sent a shiver down her spine, but she replied, "Could you let me in?" But there was no reply from the voice in the room, just a thick, unnerving silence. Just then, the 2 youngest girls on the trip, both just 13 years old, came racing down the hallway. Their laughter filled the space as they approached Sarah. "What are you doing?" they asked, curiosity sparkling in their eyes. "Trying to get into my room, but it's locked," she explained, feeling slightly foolish. They didn't have a keycard either, and though they couldn't communicate fluently in each other's languages, they laughed together about a possible ghost in the room, just easing the tension a little. Admitting defeat, they returned to the lunchroom, and Sarah sat down. They chatted for a little while, and partway through the conversation, Sarah asked her roommates if they had been in the room earlier. They all denied it. Confusion settled in that no one had been in the room while she was gone, but she kind of put it out of her mind a little bit. When they returned to the room after lunch, Sarah noticed something was off. The television wasn't on. She wondered to herself, wait, I thought it was on before. And a knot began to tighten in her stomach, and she said to herself, couldn't have been my imagination. No, the TV was definitely on, right? But yet, she could see the evidence plain in front of her that the TV, in fact, was not on. As she processed the encounter, a feeling of unease washed over her. This was her first and only experience with something that to her felt otherworldly, and the uncertainty of it gnawed at her thoughts. Was I just hearing things? She wondered. She wished she hadn't been alone, so she could have had someone else validate her experience. But days turned into weeks, and while the memory lingered, nothing else out of the ordinary happened. But that encounter stayed fresh in her mind, a shadow of doubt that haunted her thoughts. It wasn't until months later, while recounting her experience to a group of friends, that one of them shared something intriguing. They said, "You know, I was at the DMZ on a peace mission once. The locals told us tales of spirits who passed away in that area. They say those spirits sometimes appear in people's rooms, using them as a place to relax in the afterlife." Sarah's heart raced as those words echoed in her mind. Could it be? Was that what I experienced? She thought, a mixture of curiosity and fear flooding through her. The notion that she might have brushed up against the supernatural sent chills down her spine. With a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, Sarah began to wonder, was there something in that room, in that building, that was trying to make contact? Was it a figment of her imagination, or something much more sinister? And there you have it, folks, a chilling tale of a young woman's encounter with the unexplained that left her questioning reality. What do you think Sarah experienced in that room? Could it have been a spirit trying to communicate? Or was it simply her mind playing tricks on her? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you want more of this wild, paranormal, real-life madness, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe because we got plenty of more where that came from. I'm Arudai, and until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't explain.